Hello friends, it's Julie Norman, and I put up planner and planner related videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, and today we're going to do a little bit of planning for goal. So I've done a little bit of planning for goals before, but somebody else mentioned that they would love to have some tips on how to plan for getting into a different diet or lifestyle, or kind of like if you're doing a New Year's resolution, that how to actually make it work. Because don't just make it on the spur of the moment, but put some planning and thought into it. And I've mentioned before, I'm starting the AIP, Autoimmune Paleo Protocol, whatever you call it, diet. The P can stand for either. And it's a restrictive diet. It is more restrictive than paleo, and you wonder, why would I do that? It's because it's supposed to help alleviate some of my flares, and it takes away anything that could possibly cause a reaction that my body is reacting to. So that is what I am going to be planning for, but you can substitute it for whatever you are doing. The first step would be to gather your information, and I chose to go with a Happy Planner or a disc-bound notebook simply because I can print off recipes, punch them, put them in here. There are a lot of free printables out there too, and they're in here as well, and like food lists and stuff. So then I have things already printed so I can refer to them and have my own basic manual. I could purchase books for this, but there are so many books, and all of them are the basic information is the same. It's just different recipes and philosophy. So I just chose to print out as much free stuff as I could until I know I need something else. Okay, the second thing, maybe this should be the first thing, is to have your why. Why do you want to do this? Because when you're in the midst of it, you are going to question, I can just have that piece of chocolate, right? Or I could just have that cupcake. But then I have to remember, okay, this is why I'm doing it. And go back to that. You can do it like this, where you have more of the everything in which way. You can make a list. You can do a board, a vision board, whatever. But you have to have your why of why you're doing this, or else what is the motivation factor? Maybe you want to lose weight, or you want to get in shape, or you have a health thing like me. Get your why down. Now, the nice thing about this thing is that I can put my recipes in here, so we can put all of those things. And I've been making notes as well, and that's nice too, because I can figure out how to do it. Okay, another thing to do is to kind of break down what you might be going to eat, or if it's a different kind of goal, what it's gonna look like when you do this, and to kind of map it out. And then, not only that, but think about what situations could make you stop, or what kind of things could hinder you. Do the problem, write a solution. So then you can proactive, because sometimes, when you get those manuals that say, troubleshooting guide, if this happens, then try this. If this happens, then try this. Make it for yourself. Think through what could put me off, and then find a solution. You're not probably going to find everyone, but it's a good way to think through things. Another tip that I'm going to give you is to start your diet before it starts. Now, okay, make a start date of when this is all going to have to happen. But don't like binge now and then expect your body to be okay with having none of that good stuff, things that they're used to. For instance, let me show you some of the things I have to cut out. I have already cut out dairy and gluten out of my diet because I've already noticed that it causes a reaction. So, this reintro. So those are two of the big groups, and I've cut out caffeine. So here are some of the other things that I'm supposed to avoid. Alcohol, I'm okay with that. I hardly drink anything, so that's not going to be a problem. Eggs is going to be hard, I know. Other grains, legumes, processed vegetable oils, processed chemicals, sweeteners. I can't have sugar, except for a couple, I think there's maple syrup you can have and something else. Maybe some honey. No substitutes, nuts and seeds, nightshades, and spices from seeds. So those are a lot of groups. And if I was going to go cold turkey on them all at once, this would be very hard because alcohol, coffee, sugar, They all have kind of addictive properties where you do go through a withdrawal stage, and it could possibly, if you are used to depending on those during the every day. So I would suggest maybe start cutting a little bit out of your diet here and there. You don't have to be strict on it. Maybe you just don't have something until the evening. Maybe you just don't have anything with sugar in until the end of the day, so you can look forward to it. Just a thought, because it's just, I think it'd be easier to transition. And then start to try the recipes that are going to help you now and not then, because then you can say, well, I kind of like it this way, but I don't like this recipe. So then you're not stuck with foods you don't like later. So those are a couple tips. And prep your food now. Start to accumulate some of those foods now. A lot of times with diets, we have, okay, so let's say we have this timeline where here's my normal life, here's the date of the diet, here's the diet aftermath. But maybe it's not so much of a hard line here. Maybe it's more of a incline. So just a thought that it doesn't have to be a hard day. And if you don't do well on your lifestyle change right in the beginning, maybe you mess up and you really need that cup of coffee or something, or whatever it is, it's okay. Tomorrow, start again. So don't beat yourself up, because it's a change. It's not like a drop with an instant death kind of thing. I hope not. But you just, to ease into it a little bit. Don't worry if after you start it you mess up. Kind of let your body change, because your body is going to have a little bit of symptoms too, going from, your regular to your transition. So that was a few tips that I have. Now, tracking. Tracking is something that I was thinking about doing. I was going to track my stuff in here, but then I thought, I remembered when I was doing some other goal tracking, and I would have it in another book as opposed to my regular notebook, in my regular planner, and it didn't work well to go back and forth for me. Now for you it might be different, but I like to have just one go-to planner book that works, and I'll pull that out. Okay, here's my planner. It is a traveler's notebook, and this is the wide size, and right now I've got it stuffed pretty full because I'm at home. I don't really take it to anywhere, but this is my book right now, my main book right now. And what I'm going to do, so this is today, or for you it'll be tomorrow or yesterday, but what I intend to do is I'm going to track my symptoms in here as I go, and my diet and how I'm feeling, so that it is part of my journal and it's part of my planner. So when I need to go and remember, okay, I gotta go find a recipe, it's in here. But for the regular tracking, this is all I need. So in case I do go out, when I go out of the house, and I'll just take this with me, and I won't have to worry about having two things with me. It just simplifies things. And to simplify it even more, I can just slip this out of my traveler's notebook and take it with too, and slip it in my purse. So I don't need to take this whole book as well. Unless I want my grocery list, which is here in my calendar, so whatever. It depends on what I'm doing. So that is my plan. And if you need help with tracking, you remember when with the Silk and Sonder planners, and let me pull one of those out. So yes, I am still a fan of Silk and Sonder, but it's just not the thing that works for me. But it would start where you would have a setup for your week, and you would say, this is my to-dos, my habits, how I want to feel, my weekly goals. And on the other side of that, did I have that? I might have taken them out here, so I've used them as notes. On the other side of that was some other things about your menus and stuff like that. So the other side would have your meal plan, and then how you're feeling, your shopping list. So here you could put your meal plan, or you could put the foods or something you had. And so it's all already made for you if you don't want to make it yourself. And plus, you have a planner in here, and you know, you can do your weekly planning and stuff if you're okay with the vertical. So that I think that if you wanted to, this planner could actually be a real help for you when you are doing a lifestyle change, because it's all pre-made and you can do a lot of things with it. I still am very supportive of them. Oh, here, I think that it could be really good, because then you don't have to think about, like, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make mine up as I go, because that's just the way I like to do it. But if you want something pre-made and pre-done for you, then the Silk & Sonder is the way to go. Plus, they've got these little water droplets down here, which you mark for how many glasses of water you drank in a day, if you can. So there are a lot of good things about these planners, and I do have a coupon code below if you are interested in it. It is, I believe, 20% off your first purchase, and you could get, you know, your year subscription if you wanted to, or just 1 month. But this would be a good way to start something like that, especially because it's just 1 month at a time. It's one bite at a time, so you don't have to feel overwhelmed with doing it all. So that is my tips for starting a new diet or a new goal, and I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any more tips for that, and what do you think would help, and do you have a goal for that coming up? So I didn't really want to make my AIP diet into a New Year's goal, and it really isn't a resolution. It is just a change, something that I'm going to do now. I didn't want to start it before the holidays because it is so restrictive, and eventually I will be reintroducing foods back into, see how my body reacts. So it's not forever, which is nice. Although some of the things my body reacts to I may not ever be able to eat again, where the why of this is so much greater than the pain or the inconvenience or the cravings that for those things that I may not be able to have. So that, going back again, what's your why? Why are you doing all this? So I hope this helps you and helps you think about the goals. And if you're doing a resolution, let me know. If it's not food related, what would that be? I'll talk a little bit more about reflections on 2020 and moving into 2021 in a future video. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and most of all, have a joyful day. Goodbye. Postscript. P.S. I kind of got rid of a lot of my planning supplies. Okay, not my planners and stuff, but my stickers and washi tape. Why? It's because I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Like, I don't really need that. Or I feel like sometimes I'm just using stuff to use them up, not because I like it. So that is why. It's not like I threw them away. Well, okay, a few of them I did. But because I didn't think anyone would want them. But a lot of the washi tape, like, I'll give to the school that I sub at, or I sell it in my shop booth if anybody wants them. So, but the stickers. Now, before, I had the sticker book that was out of the Discbound Happy Planner Journal, and that worked fine. And then I got this book, so now I was going back and forth between that and this and that and this, and I just want to be simple. I just want just a few supplies and have it simplified. What I did was, when I used up a page, so let's say I'm going to show for example. Okay, so here are some stickers that are missing out of here. So what I did was this is very tedious and it did take some time, but hey, I don't do a lot of things these days because I don't feel up to it. I just tore out. I just peeled off the backing, and it's out of here. Okay, this just goes in the garbage. See, that goes in the garbage. And then now I have space to put other stickers in here. And so I would stick in some of the stickers that I wanted to keep in here. And that has worked pretty well because this is just a wax paper in the back. So here is like the first page. I've been, there's a few original stickers from the Antiquarian Sticker Book. By the way, does anyone know what these sign language hands mean? I have no idea, and I kind of don't want to put them into something unless I know what they mean. But you can see I added a few other stickers in here from my book. Along with the antiquarian stickers. So I have one book for my stickers, and that's all I go to. Now, I'm going to be using these up, and I'm trying not to accumulate any more stickers. So we'll see how that goes, because you know I kind of like them. It seems to be working fine. And it's nice just to have things more simplified. So then if I want to go somewhere and journal, all I have to do is take one thing with me. So that's my update on the stickers. And I hope you enjoyed that idea, and I still am enjoying this book. There's all kinds of these weird different stickers. I haven't been using these a lot. Okay, of course that one I did. But the letters, not yet, but maybe I'll find an idea for those. So thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and hope you have a great day, a joyful day. Goodbye.